Dana Barrett asked Dr. Venkman, why do you like being a Ghostbuster? He replied, same reason I asked you out, 'cause busting makes me feel good.
Ugh, that's tasteless.
No, ma'am, that's tasteless.
Movie review, bitches!
That's right, woodchuck chuckers. It's
Groundhog Day. So put your little hand in mine. Ain't no way the mountain we can climb. Hitting trees. We're hitting trees, babe. It's Groundhog's Day. Tastes of Jason's movie review of, if you couldn't tell, what are you fucking stupid? Groundhog's Day. I'm Jay Chowder. We got Bone.
Don't mess with me, pork chop.
I fucking love that. Slopdog.
I don't have anything that good. Hello.
Well, we watched recently, and he said to the guy who puts him, I totally just, I don't know why it never hit me as so funny, but he just grabs that guy. He goes, don't mess with me, pork chop. Just put some fat guy against the wall. Like, what the fuck? Oh my God. So, yeah, it's fucking good. Anyway, Groundhog's Day. If you haven't seen the movie, give it a pause, go watch it, come back and listen. If you have seen it, let's go. So it's Bill fucking Murray in a movie where it's for fucking, of course, February 2nd, Groundhog's Day. Will he see a shadow? Will he not see a shadow? And he has to go interview it. He's like a weatherman who thinks he's the fucking cat's meow, and he's like full of himself. And then goes to bed that night after the Groundhogs and just keeps waking up. So he keeps repeating Groundhog's Day over and over. Like he's in a time loop. And then he's going to figure out how the fuck to get out of it. Am I just stuck in this forever? And then just shit says, what is going on my phone? I think it's fucking broken. And
I think your brain is on a time loop.
What happened? No, my fucking phone's fucking up. And, no, so anyway, he's in time loop. He's going to figure out how to get in it. Is he going to get out of it ever? He doesn't fucking know. But anyway, Bill Murray, it's just fucking great. Like, I love the part where that Ned guy comes up. He's like, Phil? Ned? And like, after a while, he's just so annoyed. He's like, Ned? And just fucking punches him in the face. The way he twirls around.
The lover, he's like, oh, I've missed you so much. Do you have to go back to work right away? And what person is here? And he's like,
there's a theory that guy Ned is actually the devil, and he's the one that put Phil in the loop.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, I could.
And it's just like that's some kind of punishment for like all the wrongs he's done in his life. So
he's talking about life insurance.
Yeah, you know how like hell is living the same day over and over and over, and that he's actually the devil, which makes sense because especially the first time he talks to him, it's pretty. If you think about it, like it's pretty like malevolent, like what he's saying to him and stuff. It's just he's purposely antagonizing him. He's purposely like mocking him, but in a friendly salesman way. It's weird.
Yeah. He's like, you want life insurance? He's trying to sell him life insurance, and you're just like, oh, yeah. So, like, when that theory came out, I totally remember hearing that and going, holy fuck, he could be the devil. I don't know. I think it's just a fucking crazy theory. And, but I don't know. I think it's a really good one. I think I just watched this for both. Different things came out that I've never seen before. I remember, like, a couple years ago, really good birthday. I just got really high and just watched Groundhog's Day. And I just fucking ate steak. And I just was like, this is a fucking great birthday. And it was pretty good.
Because Chowder's birthday is actually on Groundhog's Day as well.
That is correct as well.
I love Mom always calls you her little groundhog baby.
That's right. I always ask her, I say, Mom, when I came out of your pussy, do you think I see my shadow?
Did she call you an asshole?
She's always like, you shut up, dog dick. And then, I don't know. That's my question. And like, I've always been like associated with that my whole life, Groundhog's Day. So when we were traveling, Groundhog's Day was actually filmed in, I think, Chicago, but we actually went to Pennsylvania to Poxitani. We had to get our dog neutered anyway. And we were traveling through, and we went like to like, it's like Groundhog's Day like restaurant. Everything is like so themed for it in Punxsutawney, and we're there, and then like we're all excited about it. We just watched Groundhog's Day. The kids love it. So, and then my youngest son goes to the bathroom and comes back and goes, "I seen a toaster in the toilet," and he's laughing because of in Groundhog's Day when one of the things where he's so tired of life, he takes the toaster and and like gets in the bathtub with it, and all you see is and I think it's the best way they could have showed him killing himself, because then all you see is just the lights dim in the hotel, and you just hear and you go, "Oh, he just killed himself with the toaster." So put your little hand in mine, and then it starts again. So anyway, so my son was just like, "Oh, I seen a toaster in a toilet," and he's laughing because he thinks he's being funny. And the way Trish is like, "What?" She's an old lady. And I was like, "We just watched Groundhog's Day. Remember when he kills himself with a toaster?" That's what he's referencing. She's like, "Okay."
Just afraid.
But then we went and we seen like real Gobblers Knob. I don't know why it's called Gobblers Knob, but we went and seen it. And
Reminds me more of Thanksgiving.
Gobblers Knob reminds me of a whore. And so we went to Gobblers Knob. And I remember, like, before that, I kind of cut my hair, but I didn't have good clippers. So I kind of look like, do you ever see that Simpsons episode where the fat, crazy white guy thinks he's Michael Jackson? That's what I look like. I look like that guy. Like, my hair is all, like, different places. I had gobs of hair that I didn't get with the shavers. And I'm just all, "Hey, everybody," excited. My wife's like, "You look crazy." So yeah, that's she's like, "Remember that episode of The Simpsons where the crazy white guy thinks he's Michael Jackson?" She's like, "You look like that guy." And I was like, "Oh,
that's about right. That's about right."
So we're there, and I'm running around Gobbler's Knob, and dude, in the hole where they keep the groundhog, there's just claw marks in that motherfucker. I'm like, this motherfucker wants out of here. Like, there's no way he's happy. But like, he lives in a library in town. And him and his wife, and then they pick him up. But it was just like so cool. I don't know. I was just such an
All right, his wife. He has a wife.
He has a wife, and then I was so in love. It's right next to the police station. I was so in love with it. I couldn't get enough. I was so giddy and watching it. So I hope to go to where they filmed the movie one day. So it'd be pretty cool.
I tried to look up how many Punxsutawney Phils there have been over the years.
Yeah.
And they said officially there's only ever been one Punxsutawney Phil. He's been alive since 1886 when they started this. And he drinks the elixir of life, which keeps him alive forever.
Well,
that's crazy talk. That is some crazy shit.
In actuality, they said estimated there's probably been about 10 to 12 Phils.
Hey, that's some crazy shit. Hey, you're drinking the blood of children in Punxsutawney. It's killing a child every year. Drink the youth, groundhog.
This was it was filmed northwest of Chicago and around Woodstock area.
Oh. Huh.
Yeah, showing him tits.
The guy that the cameraman, he's always a creep. I feel like he's always a creep no matter what he's in. That guy,
Chris Elliott.
Chowder scared him away.
That's right. And I'm sorry, I said that.
Right. Yes, that's correct.
I was working nights at the grocery store, and I knew he lived in town. And one day he came in, and I was like, "Oh my god!" And then I was just like, "Oh, next time he comes in, I'm gonna plug him some sketches or something." Then it was so fucking creepy. I feel bad. I don't know if he's seen it, but like I remember like telling the kid in the bakery, like, "Dude, if you see him, let me know." And he's like, "Hey, I see him." And I'm like, "What?" And he's like, "Yeah, he's in an aisle." I was like, "Fuck yeah!" And I ran off and I grabbed my stuff, and then I kept trying to find him, and I finally cornered him in my aisle. And I was like, "Mr. Elliott," just trying to be nice. And I mentioned what I liked that he did. And I, gave him some stuff. And he's like, "Oh, cool, thanks." And I was like, "All right, have a good day." But then I never seen him in the store, like, ever again. So I think I fucking scared him off. Just imagine me, just, like, with a dirty white shirt, because I never washed it. And I'm just like, but I'm nervous. So I must, like, even be extra creepy, where I'm like, "Mr. Elliott," just a fat mess. Like, is he going to murder me? Like, he's going to bite my throat out? And he's just like, I don't know what's happening. I look like fucking the guy from Lisa, it's your birthday. Happy birthday, Lisa. And I'm like, "Hey, would you look at my script now? I'm a crazy white guy." He's just like, "Fuck off." And he's just like, So I never seen him again in the store. So I hope he didn't like not come back in because that fat crazy guy will harass me again and want to know what I thought about his dumb sketches. I don't know, something about coming. Oh, there's a dick in every one of them. This guy's got a problem.
He's gonna channel Grandma. And she's like, "Pecca, Pecca, Pecca. It's always Pecca with you."
Oh my god.
Do you think Grandma would be proud of this podcast?
No.
I don't know. Probably not.
No.
Probably not.
No.
Would you guys do it if Grandma was still around?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd still do it. I just probably
yeah.
wouldn't tell her to listen or anything.
No,
Oh,
I
I'd
wouldn't
be
go
like-
to listen.
Grandma, you gotta listen to this. I'd fucking put her in front of her. She'd be like, "You fucking asshole."
Yeah.
That's about
Don't
right.
you think it's funny that Chris Elliott only got sold for what, a quarter? 25 cents?
Of poor fuck.
Poor bastard. I'm pressing my temples right there on the stage. You're getting shit, Grandma.
And she's like, "Oh, I have 2 shillings or something like that."
Fucking quarter, dude. I think it's great. Like, I love the fact too. There was a thing where the groundhog actually, like in that scene, was like, "Don't drive angry." But the groundhog was actually getting like angry, like and just like fucking like didn't want to be, of course, in the front of a car and then driving. So like he bit Bill Murray in the hand. And there's another thing where Hal Ramis and I think the other writer, I forgot his name, they tried to stay away from it getting too dark. Like, because like, what would you do on a day where you just, who gives a fuck? You got a million lives. It's never going to end. It would get pretty fucking dark. Like, think if you were like the Invisible Man, right? You'd probably go rape some people, right? And so they're probably like, so they probably tried to stay away from Bill Murray raping people. And I mean, how dark do you think it would have got? You know, like, would he have fucked that old lady in the fucking hotel room? You know, like when she's like, "How's the coffee?" Gave her a kiss on the morning. She's like, "Ooh." You know, do you think he would have been like, "Yeah, I'm coming back 100%"?
He would have definitely murdered Ned at some point, I feel.
Oh, he would have tortured Ned. Fucking ripped his
He would have
fingernails.
he would have fucking pounded his head into the cement. He would have fucking
Drowned in that hole.
drowned him in the hole. He shit in his face. You know.
Watch out, Ned. It's a doozy. Just drowns him.
Curb stomp the fucker. And then took a big
Put your teeth on the
fucking
curb, Ned.
dump on his head.
Oh, that fucking just dome head. He's like bullet head or whatever he called himself. He just fucking shits on it. Just gets dark, right? Just gets all rapey. Just says, "Why am I putting in this time with these women taking days to learn it? If I want it, I'm taking it." Just grabs a lady and just like, because there's that scene, right? Is that what you're just going to say, kid?
I don't know.
Now-
What were you going to say?
There is that scene that seems out of place where he's dressed up like a cowboy and the girls
Yes.
like she's dressed as the girl from Clue. I don't know.
She's
if
dressed like
I'm-
a French maid.
Yes, and then there's just like one adult and one, and then she says 2 adults. So he thinks she's a child. Is he fucking keeping secrets? Is he like thought she was young? He's raping
I'm
girls.
wondering if that scene was like thrown in or something, because it did feel really out of place. Who is that girl? Because you never see her again.
Yeah.
And there was no snow on the ground. It wasn't snowing, and it's supposed to be snowing at that point.
Yeah, that scene is weird. I don't know. What do you think of that scene, Slopdog?
I don't know. That is weird. I didn't think of that before, but yeah, I don't know. Like,
He references the chicky bags, right? And he's like, "It's my ex-fiance. She's clearly not digging me," or something like that. But then, like, they're just going to see a movie or something, and then Bone was like, "What the fuck is this about?" And I was like, "I've never thought of that."
It just felt so out of place.
You know what I also loved? And sometimes, like, you know, we all would watch it apart, but now, like, I get to watch a couple of these with Bone, like, in-house with Bone. Bone, what do you think of Rita?
I fucking hate Rita so much. How does he like this fucking dumb bitch? Like, she is so pretentious. She is so, like, when he's, like, eating cake, she just, like, looks at him in disgust and then starts lecturing him in poetry. Go fuck yourself. That's what I would have said. Like,
which
how
one is
did...
Rita? Why am I having a moment here? Which one is Rita?
The one that he loves, that he keeps trying and over
The producer.
and over, the producer.
I didn't realize her name was Rita. I don't know why I blanked that out, but I guess
Because it's an awful name for an awful person.
it's an old lady name. But yeah, she's not really like a full character, if you will. You know what I mean? Like, you think she'd be, yeah. Like if that's his love,
It's
you think he'd be more
who would love? No one's gonna love her. She is a horrific human being. Like when they're drinking, she's like, "What should we drink to?" And he's like, "Let's drink to the Groundhog." And she goes, "I always drink to world peace," and then turns away from him. What a setup that was for! Like what a cunt. Seriously, like why did you even ask him what do we drink to? And then he says something. She's like, "Well, I only drink to world peace." It's like, "Well, go fuck yourself. I'll drink your drink too."
Give me that bitch. Ain't no world peace.
Or that first time they're in the room together and she's like starts freaking out going, "Did you call my friends? How did you know this? How did you play it?" It's like, Jesus, you crazy bitch, calm down.
Bones like, who would end up with her? And
she's a fucking nightmare. I tell you that much. That relationship lasted about a week after the movie ended because he got slapped. There was that montage of him getting slapped like 30 times, like legitimately, like him and her in a multiverse. Like they actually have sex 1 in 1,000 out of 1 in 1,000 times, something like that. So what the fuck? Do you think that's gonna work? No one wants that nagging at him every fucking day. I tell you that much.
No one wants that. Bones is like, why? Like,
so she should have ended up with Chris Elliott then.
Absolutely.
Chris Elliott.
What did you think of this broad, Slopdog?
I never really thought too much about it, to be honest.
Me neither.
But like you're not overly wrong. She is kind of a jerk. Like now that you say it, like I never really thought about it. But yeah, she's very pretentious.
Not that likable. Yeah.
She's not very likable. No.
Like I just don't like. She expects the best out of you, and if you don't get the best, it's kind of like Chowder at the drive. Like he expects the best out of you, and if you don't give him the actual best, he's gonna let you know.
No, listen to me. I'm clearing the fucking air. Listen, it's okay to not fucking be my best friend at the drive-through, but just say what. Do you want anything else? But it isn't proper to go. That it? Can I have a number 1? That it? Can I also get a number 2? That it? Like, that's not, is that it? That's not a fucking thing. That's a fucking, you got no manners, cocksucker.
Maybe that's what you hear, and that's not what's happening when I've been with you. I'm just saying.
And then.
No, and then. Yeah. Dude, fuck that fuck. And how dare you stand up for some cunt over me? This guy's sassing you too, and you just let him do it.
We're like at the McDonald's one day, and like the kid asked me, he's like, he opens the window, he's like $35, and he's like, okay, I give him the money. He's like, oh, all right, pull up, and it's just like, I don't like his tone. I think he gave you sass. I'm like, he just hates his job. He wasn't trying to give me sass. He just hates his job. Nope, I think we should say something to him.
Dude, listen to me. What I'm saying is, I hate my job too. And I'm not saying rat him out to his manager, but I think I go out of my way, I think, to be nice to people. And then if you are a cunt to me, you should be put in your place and know that you're being a cunt right now, and it's unacceptable.
I agree, but if you slightly I don't like the tone of him, I gotta put him in his place.
Yeah, like there's a line. Like I mean, someone at a fast food joint, somebody at a fast food joint, I kind of give a pass to because if I was doing that job, I would want to kill myself too. So like, I don't think I'd be the nicest person either.
It was nice to everybody.
But as long as they're just doing their job, as long as they're like, asking for the right, the right amount of money, giving you the change, and then just giving you food.
I don't want to chit chat anyway. I just want to give them my money, go get my food, and eat. Right? And eat my misery away.
Yes, exactly.
Well, maybe it wouldn't be misery if people were just everyone was nice. Okay, that's what I'm saying, babe.
just like you. Everybody was nice, just like Chowder.
I am nice to random people I meet. I'm always nice, But like, if I hold the door for you and you don't say thank you, well, maybe I'll smash it in your face until blood forms on the fucking glass, and you got to say, "Please stop smashing it in my face." Well, there are the manners. Here the manners come. That's a good boy. You fucking cunt bear bitch.
So I think Speaking like people just randomly talk to me anyway. I don't know why I have this vibe about me, but I have people who just randomly talk to me, like if I'm at the store or something.
Hey,
Anyway,
Slopdog.
but like today, like we stopped at the grocery store to grab a prescription, and right when you walk in, they have like a display of different things, And one of those things is like the Supreme Crunch Wrap, but like a Taco Bell like kit to make the Supreme Crunch Wrap things. I don't know. It looked amazing, and I was like, "Oh my god!" And of course, this is before we got our food, so I was very hangry,
Yeah.
and it was like I wanted to eat the box, and I was like, "Oh my god!" So like I'm yelling to my husband, I'm like, "Did you see that? That looks freaking amazing! It looks so good!" And this lady was like, must have noticed me being so excited, and she was like, "Hey, yeah, I just made one of those the other night. It really is good." And I was like, "Wow!" So we had this whole conversation about. Oh my god.
You got a chowder moment with this bitch.
I just picture Slopdog freaking can't wait for the Chinese as she's on her knees, like ripping this thing apart with her mouth.
Right, so they were waiting in lines like for the prescriptions, right? So they were waiting in line, and then I say to him, "Do you need anything while we're here? Like, do you want me to like because he can wait in line, I can run and grab whatever we need." And he's like, "I don't think so." I'm like, "Oh, you think we need some ice cream?" He's like, "You are hangry. Like, why don't you wait until we get the Chinese food and then see how you feel?" And I'm like, "But then we won't have ice cream at home." He's like, "Aren't you like trying to be like just a little better? Like, I'm not saying you can't, but like, I know like then you're gonna be mad that you're not being better." And I'm like, damn it. So we stood in line and I was like,
Stop being so fucking logical.
God damn it. Son of
How
a bitch.
dare you with this logic and common sense?
No, I can't take it. God damn it. So anyway, so we got home and I ate my Chinese food and I was very happy.
You missed the ice cream?
I didn't miss the ice cream because I ate I was like gross. Like I ate like every last bit of that Chinese food. Like I wanted it, and I got a small Coke from Mickey D's because we get my daughter a Happy Meal because she doesn't eat Chinese food. Typically, so I've been trying to be better, whatever, more healthy, and I haven't been drinking soda. I haven't had a soda all week, and I was like, "Oh my god!"
And a McDonald's soda on top of that,
right? Yes, I'm like, so I just got a small one because I figured, that's kind of like lesser of the evil, if you will, right? So I'm like, I haven't had one all week. One small soda isn't gonna be like the end of the world. So I got my small. Oh my god! And that was like the best tasting soda. Everything was phenomenal. I was so happy.
Didn't even need to play it just out of the container.
Yeah,
Feedbagged it like a monster.
I had a friend who stopped drinking soda, and he told me, he's like, "That's the greatest thing in the world, man." He's like, "If you stop drinking soda, it's all these empty calories." I'm like, "Yeah, no, I agree." And he's like, "But," he's like 2 months in, I decided to drink a sip of somebody's soda, and once you're 2 months out, he's like, you'll never want it again. He's like, you take a sip of it, and it tastes so gross that you just spit it out.
I think that's a lie.
That's bullshit. It is like cocaine. Okay? It is like being a drug addict. And I don't care if it's 5 months that I don't have a Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola touches my lips, and I feel like in pure ecstasy. Like fucking my dick moves because it's delicious.
I'm gonna put some on your lip while you're sleeping now. Put me asleep. I'm gonna go rub some on your lips. Yeah, boy.
That's
what you time loop.
You take it out your dick and you use it as a straw and just suck it up.
Put a little Coca-Cola on it. Coca-Cola on my pecker head. Just suck it. We're in a time loop. You got nothing to worry about.
I agree about the soda thing because, I've had kids. So, when you're pregnant, they tell you not to have as much caffeine and all that stuff. So, I would try to be really careful about not, because I love soda. I would drink soda every day if you let me, from the time I wake up till the time I go to bed. It's not healthy. I know that. So anyway, but especially when you're pregnant, they tell you, not as much caffeine, blah, blah, blah. So I would only have it maybe once a month. I'd have one soda. If we went out for dinner or something, that was my treat to myself. Cause I was like, okay, I can have one soda. That's fine. And it would be the best fucking tasting soda I've ever had. So yeah, your friend's lying. Total fucking lie. Bullshit.
Absolutely. A couple of times I've tried to
who's this liar? Name names.
Just drink seltzer or something. And then when that first soda, it's just when it touches your lips.
It's amazing. It's amazing, especially if it's a fountain soda. Even better. Just top notch. Yep. And there's something with the McDonald's thing where the straws are wider or something, and it allows more bubbles. something to the effect of like the ratio and all that.
We don't even know.
Better. Like I know there was like a whole thing done on it, and somehow something to do with McDonald's and like their ratios and stuff. They make the soda taste better. So
Yeah,
which I believe because it does taste amazing.
It does taste better. You know, the ice and shit. I don't know. Delicious. I agree.
It makes my tooth hurt. Too much ice.
Oh, Groundhog's Day. And so we're watching Groundhog's Day.
We're way off course here. So
Coca-Cola that is sponsoring this podcast. And,
so this Groundhog's Day was written. The script was written by Harold Ramis and somebody else, which I can't think of. He directed it. He produced it. The late great Harold Ramis. He was brilliant. Harold Ramis. I think everybody knows.
Slopdog played him in the Ghostbusters.
Absolutely.
Oh, Slopdog was the black guy.
She was the black guy.
Joey was Harold Ramis.
He did a great job too.
This movie was an adaptation from a short story from 1973 called 12:01 p.m. by Richard A. Lupoff.
You know what I love is no matter what, there's like it's like Supernatural or Happy Death Day. No matter what there is where it's a time loop, it's always, oh my God, they're Groundhog Daying it. They're always like, this is the movie that is like the time loop thing. Like where I don't know if it was the first one ever, but it was definitely the one that's the biggest and the most known, and that's referenced. No matter when you think of time loop, you go, oh my God, I'm going to be Groundhog's Day or whatever. Like, yeah, it's fucking great. I love it. As you were a kid, sorry.
Who, me?
Hello?
What? No, and Harold Ramis during this movie, Harold Ramis and Bill Murray were not getting along. So Bill Murray said he was in a bad part of his life, and they actually stopped being friends when this movie stopped filming.
Oh.
They were fighting so much, and Bill Murray wasn't even the first choice for them for this movie. Bill Murray was almost not in this movie.
So who was the first choice?
It was Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks, really? I think this would have been a totally different movie because Tom Hanks is a much more chill actor. I don't know the right word, but
yeah.
I think it would have been more wholesome. Is that the right word? I don't know.
Yes, wholesome, 100%. And Tom Hanks said that he passed on it because he didn't want. He read the script and he felt if he played the character, that people would assume that he would turn into a nice guy eventually.
Yeah, because it's Tom Hanks. Yes.
Yep, and he didn't want that, but I don't think even the character of Phil should have turned into I think logically, if you are there for that long, you wouldn't have learned to be like a nice guy and gracious. You probably would have fucking fell into complete and utter insanity, like waking up and eating your shit and fucking murdering people and like that's how the movie really would have ended.
Jesus Christ!
He would have woken up every day and gunning people down and shit.
It's like shit on the walls. It's
it'll be gone tomorrow, and then just wipes it off.
Put your little hand in mine. No shit.
No shit.
A little hand.
The question is, how long do you guys think he was in the loop?
Oh, I think a couple of months, but I don't know.
Chowder?
Yeah, I don't fucking know because that's true. He's like, I've done it a lot. I've done it. Fuck, not a year. I'd say months too.
The question was asked. People have done research on it and stuff. Harold Ramis says that he was in at least 10 years.
Years.
Yep.
10 years.
And the estimation from the theories and stuff have been up to 33 years that he was stuck in this loop.
See, and I didn't feel that. I don't know. I felt more like maybe at the most 6 months.
Well, because if you think about it, he learned how to play piano like an expert. He learned how to do ice sculptures. He had to learn all these skills, which takes people years to learn.
Okay. All right.
So going through and all these different things he learned and all these different skills and all the different times he saved somebody's life or did all these different things, and he knows everything about everybody in town. So he lived years and years and years doing the same thing.
Wow.
But he should have been much darker.
But just think about it, just to fool her enough for her to love him. But then, like you said, a week later, he's probably just gonna go back to being who he was.
Oh yeah.
Holy fuck, dude. Dude, there's no dude, I 1,000,000% agree with Bowen. Like, you don't get good after that, especially if it's that long. You go crazy. You go fucking bonkers. He doesn't give a shit about that bitch anymore. He doesn't even know what's up, what's down. He's just like, fuck this noise, and then just, oh my god, that's crazy.
And not to mention, like, the what that would do mentally to you, and then all of a sudden you're released back into life. Like, you are immortal. Like, if you've been in this loop for like 33 years, you feel immortal. You haven't aged, nothing changes. No matter what you do or say, it all just resets every day, and then all of a sudden you're just back. You know the level of depression you would go into? Yeah, you would be relieved at first, like, oh my god, something's new, but then it would be like, oh, well. I feel like this like level of anxiety would drop over you, because you just, you didn't know it. You were so used to knowing everything that was going to happen at every moment, and now everything's almost like you'd be afraid of the world.
Yeah, I think you're right, yeah.
I'm afraid of Americans. I'm afraid of the world. Yeah.
There's a lot of dark undertones to this movie that should have been.
Holy fuck, you really turned this movie dark on me, dude. Like, I think, like, Slopdog was like a couple months, and I'm like, he's just a fucking fast learner. Fucking moron. Like, I guess, like, gangster stuff is like, I guess so. I still think of months, because I think he went through some stuff, got through it, and then started to fall in love with the girl. Then he got the girl. So yeah, a couple months, 6 months. Definitely didn't think a year or more than that. But when you say 10 years, 33 years, I'm like, you would have killed yourself. You would have been crazy. Like you said, waking up eating your shit. You just would have been like, I don't know.
They skipped over a whole lot of murder, rape, and mass murder and suicide. Like, he can only kill himself like 3 times on screen. But also, he goes, I burned myself, I stabbed myself. It was very reminiscent of Ghostbusters 2, when they were talking about Vigo, about when they said he was, like, burned at the stake and murdered. It reminded me very much of that.
It was good. You really brought it dark. Yeah, dude, it wouldn't have ended in a good way. It would have ended as a fucking, that could have been a horror movie. And Groundhog did the horror movie.
Happy
and
Death Day.
It was like, I remember as a kid not liking it as much.
Yeah.
And as I get older, I really fucking love it. And I think it's a really good movie. And I don't know. I think it holds up. I highly recommend it. I try to watch it like at least every year around Groundhog's Day. And I give it 5 dog dicks. Bone, what say you?
So I'm a huge fan of this movie too. I think it's really well done. It's got a great concept. It really
you really threw me off with this 10 years, kid. Like, I'm really just thinking. I'm sitting here thinking about it and going, you would go fucking crazy.
You would.
Holy fuck! What do you think, Slopdog? Right? Would you go?
I think you'd be fucking nuts. Like,
there's no way you'd be nice at the end, right? Yeah. And then, like you said, like you snap out of it, then you're like, what's gonna happen? Then you're fucking a nervous wreck, and you're just like, oh fuck me. Maybe that is the devil. Anyway, Bone. So yeah, what are you saying? Holy fuck! I get thrown off.
I absolutely love this movie. This movie is, like you said, it is the original time loop movie. I'm sure somebody could be like, oh no, this fucking movie from the 1960s is a time loop movie. Go fuck yourself, all right?
Fuck yourself, buddy.
Don't
you
give a
fucking
shit.
fuck.
But this is the movie that's referenced
This is
every
Bone
time.
talking now. Listen to Bone.
It was really done awesome. Like, I forgot all the dark undertones in this film, and like how funny Bill Murray is in this whole film. I could have done without Rita. I think they could have had a better female antagonist. So I'm going to have to give it 4 dog dicks and a tip, because fuck you, Rita.
You tell him.
Yeah, Rita, you fucking bitch. You got raped a few times in this movie. What? He like angrily raped her. He's like, fucking yell at me, will you, bitch? Fucking yell at me. Fucking think you're better than me. Yeah. Yeah, right in front of the groundhog, and he's like, "Tell Chris Elliott, put the camera on, motherfucker! You're gonna see this bitch ripped apart."
Yikes!
Wow.
Jokes, folks. Jokes.
I think we just opened something there. Holy shit! It's like a counseling session. I think we just got a breakthrough.
Oh my god! Go make sure you lock your door now when you take a shower. He's coming for you.
Oh, something. What were you saying about the movie?
I don't know. I too have always liked this movie, but I always found it like kind of lighthearted and fun. But now, like, I'm like, wow, it is kind of dark.
Oh, right.
I kind of missed all that. But I still enjoyed watching it. I've seen it a million times, and obviously it's the same thing. And like when you're having a bad day, you're like, oh, it's like freaking Groundhog's Day, just over and over again. So like, yeah, like I know even now I'll still use it as a reference. So, but anyway, so I give it 4 dog dicks.
4 dog dicks. Yeah, Bone really. Like I never really thought. I remember reading that article that they tried to stay away from the really. How it could have got really dark, and I was like, "Oh, that makes sense." But then I didn't even think about how long do you think he was in it for, and then how much. And then Bones and then I'm like, "Oh my God!" Then if you were in there for 10 years, shit got dark for sure, because you're just like going insane, and you become a fucking serial killer, Puxatawny.
All right, well, we give this Tasteless Adjacent gives this movie 4 dog dicks and a tip.
Fuck, man, that's a high-ranking movie. That's a real. Master Jason Bader.
No!
Oh man!
Fuck you and your Jason Bateman.
Hey, if anybody knows Jason Bateman, reach out to him. Ask him if it's okay if we use him as a reference. It's a top quality movie. It's a Master Jason Bader, and
I'm coming up with some of this week, so we can't do this anymore. I can't do it.
I think a friend of ours, Stephanie, agreed with me. She likes it.
We love you, Stephanie, but you're wrong.
We gotta find something else. I think Chowder loves this guy way too much. We gotta bring it down a notch.
Did you ever watch Carry On? Oh, it's a good movie.
No, I haven't watched Carry On.
Oh, man.
We'll
have to watch it.
I think I'm purposely not going to watch it.
It's a top tier movie. You could say it's a Master Jason Bader. Rotten Tomatoes call it certified fresh. I call it a Master Jason Bader.
Jesus Christ. All right, IMDb gave this an 8 out of 10. Rotten Tomatoes critics gave it 94%. Audiences gave it 88%. Google users gave it a 4.6. Metacritic, 72% out of 100. Common Sense gave it a perfect 5 out of 5. And Letterboxd gave it 3 dog dicks out of 3.5 dog dicks out of they gave it 3.5 out of 5. We gave it 4.5. 4 dog dicks and a tip.
That's right, man. And yeah. Folks, I'll start with a midlife crisis. I want to write some sketches, called it P When I Poo Club, and then out of that magicalness came this awesome podcast as you hear now, Tasteless fucking Adjacent. So you can watch all things on YouTube. It's still just audio, but a nice little image Bone puts with it. So pwhenipoo.club is going to bring you right to the YouTube page. It's going to have all the Tasteless Adjacent podcasts. It's going to have some sketches very soon because I am almost done with some. Surprise. And anything else I ever did. So that's kind of what P When I Poo Club is. But P When I Poo at X and Instagram. But we have tastiness for the Tasteless Adjacent Jazz. Where can you find all our Tasteless Adjacent goodness, brother?
Well, Chowder, you can check us out on Instagram, on Facebook, both at Tasteless Adjacent, where we do most of our little, just our little updates and little previews of movies and what we're going to be doing. Say hey to us, leave us a meme. We would love to talk to you. And check us out on Apple, Spotify, wherever the fuck you get podcasts. I don't know. You might get it on Audible. I don't know. And also, if you check us out on YouTube, make sure you subscribe and share it. Share it with a friend. Tell, hey, this was friend that fucking acts weird and picks his boogers at work. Send him our podcast. He might like it.
You're gonna like it. You're gonna hashtag enjoy the hang, baby. Slopdog?
Yep, and also give us your comments. I know we say it all the time, but give us your comments, whether good or bad. We want to hear them. How many dog dicks do you give it? What other movies do you want us to try? We're down for it. So definitely let us know.
Dude, we're getting a fucking rhythm. I love this shit. Dick is getting hard. All our generals are getting together and forming a fucking Voltron. Woo! Yeah, Tasteless Adjacent, baby. And yes, thank you for joining us. Enjoy your life. Don't get stuck in a time loop. Finger your friends. Finger your enemies. With approval, of course.
So saith the shepherd.
So saith the flock. Good night, folks.
Good night.
Good night, everyone. Bye.
It's Groundhog Day.
Groundhog's Day.
What are you, some kind of dog, Dick? Dick.
I'm going to come into the room. I'm going to smell your neck, and you got to keep secrets.
Oh my, lock your door, Bo. Just lock your door, whatever you do. Oh my God.
I told him I'm going to wake him up in the middle of the night by just like at 3 in the morning. I'm going to creep into his room and I'm going to get right up to his face and be like, it's Groundhog Day!
Wait till
That's
he
a hard guy.
whip open the shower curtain. It's Groundhog's Day.
My luck, that's already going to be coming.
This kid, stop! Feels so good.
There's not enough soap to wash that out of your eyes.
That's right, woodchuck chuckers. It's Groundhog
Day.
That was horrible.